All right, today we're diving into something almost every business does, hiring outside help. Contractors. They bring in specialized skills, they're flexible, but they can also bring along some hidden risks you never even saw coming. So let's break down how you can flip that script and turn a potential risk into a real resource.
So here's the basic problem, right? We all rely on contractors. But the moment you bring an external team into your workspace, you're introducing a ton of new variables. They're essential for sure, but they can also bring these new and often completely overlooked risks to your company's safety performance.
And this is the question you've got to ask yourself. When you sign that dotted line, you're not just hiring their expertise. You could be inheriting their entire safety culture, or lack thereof, their habits, and all their potential liabilities. The real question is, are you ready for that?
And look, this isn't some niche issue for a handful of industries. We're talking about a daily reality for so many businesses. Whether you're in construction, running facility maintenance, managing cleaners, or even just hiring caterers for an event, if you use contractors, this is for you.
So why is this so hard? Well, it usually boils down to a few key things. You might have this amazing, robust safety system, but your contractor could have a totally different one. Your team might see a certain task as super high risk, while they see it as just another Tuesday. It's these clashes in culture, systems, and just basic perception where things can go wrong. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. The solution, though, it starts way earlier than most people think. It's not about managing problems on day one. It's about preventing them before anyone even steps on site. Let's talk about being proactive.
And here it is, the core of the strategy. Instead of safety being this checkbox you tick off after you've hired someone, you need to build those occupational safety and health, or OSH, criteria right into how you choose them in the first place. It has to be a non-negotiable filter from the very beginning.
Think about it like this. Choosing the right partner isn't just a smart business move, it's actually one of your best lines of defense. A contractor who already has a fantastic safety record isn't a risk you have to manage. They're an asset. They actually make your whole operation stronger. And the payoff for making this little shift in thinking? Oh, it's huge. We're not just talking about preventing a few incidents here and there. We're talking about fundamentally safer projects from start to finish. And of course, a massive reduction in your company's legal and financial liability.
It's a win-win.
All right, let's get practical. It's easy to say vet your contractors, but what does that actually mean? What should you be doing? This next part is your playbook, the stuff you can put into action tomorrow.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How can you tell the difference between a contractor who just talks a good game about safety and one who actually lives and breathes it? Let's get into the hard evidence you need to be looking for. Okay, so here's your checklist. First, you need proven experience on jobs just like yours. And don't just take their word for it. Call their references. Ask to see their accident records. A low number is a really good sign. Of course, you need hard proof like qualifications and safety certifications. And this is a big one. Ask for their risk assessments and method statements, often just called RAMs. This shows you they've actually thought about how to do the job safely. And here's a pro tip. Ask them how they vet their own subcontractors. That'll tell you a lot about how deep their safety culture really goes. So, you've done your homework? You've hired a fantastic, safety-conscious contractor? Awesome! But your job isn't done, not by a long shot. Managing contractor safety is a cycle. It's not a one-and-done task. And this is that cycle right here. It's simple but powerful. First, you keep records of their safety performance while they're on the job. Then, when the job's done, you actually evaluate them. Did they meet your expectations? Exceed them? And finally, this is the most important part, you use that info to update your approved vendor list. The good ones get more work, and the ones who didn't measure up, well, they don't. It's a feedback loop that makes you smarter with every single hire. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but does it really work on a large scale? And the answer is a resounding yes. In fact, that continuous improvement loop we just talked about is exactly what leads to big, systematic solutions. Let's look at an amazing real-world example of this in action. Check this out. In Malaysia, a bunch of high-risk industries got together and created these safety passports. Whether it's for oil and gas, energy, or working on expressways, this system creates a standard, verifiable level of safety training. It means any contractor holding that passport has already met a really high standard. It saves everyone time, it reduces risk across the entire industry. Honestly, it's a total game changer. And this quote just brings it all home, doesn't it? It's a pretty straightforward statement, but it perfectly captures what's at stake. The people you bring onto your site, will have a direct, significant, and totally unavoidable impact on the safety of your own team and your entire operation.
So, here's the bottom line. It's time to take a really hard look at how you choose and manage your contractors. You have to ask yourself, is our current process actively making our workplace safer, or is it just leaving us exposed? Is that vendor list of yours a strategic asset that protects you, or is it a massive blind spot just waiting to become a problem? The answer to that question could change everything.